Welcome here to the virtual Iowa Speedway here in virtual Newton, Iowa. Tonight we have race number 10 of the Undisputed Cup Series, and tonight we have the We Own a Farm 175, 200 laps, 175 miles from the fastest short track. Well, that's what they call themselves, but a brand new, updated, fully new pavement than what we normally used to seeing. But yeah, so this is going to be a lot interesting. Yeah, half the track brand new pavement, half the track old pavement.
Yeah, kind of mix of both. I haven't went here in real life yet this season, but last season in Iowa, they went here in real life with this new pavement. It put on a pretty good show, so we'll see what we see here in iRacing.
Yeah, but also these new pavement makes it a lot faster, making the fastest track on the planet. Is what is written on the back straightaway there. Well, fastest short track on the pavement on the planet. We're currently qualifying, getting underway, and it's these drivers going to try and prove who can be the fastest tonight. That's currently right now Jason Bottles on top of the board with a 22.703. Now it's Kyle Klink with a 22.612. As fast as in practice was Kyle Klink with a 22.493. So currently not on the top of the board now is Alex Bonsior, who's at the top of a 22.494. Just 7 drivers have set a time. Cody Dorsey now on his lap as he just completed his first lap. But down the back straightaway into turn number 3. So wide arc, tries to put all the car right on that pavement, use all the new pavement as possible, keep as much grip out of the race car. And coming to the line, Cody Dorsey, 22.553. That will be P number 3 on the board.
Kyle Schmitz.
And Kyle Schmitz just completes his lap. There's one driver left to qualify, and that will be Dakota Bly. This camera corrected, he has set a lap already, but he crashed on his second lap. By still waiting in the pits for now, but so far Kyle Klink on top of the board by just over 1/100th of a second of Alex Bonsignor. As there's Dakota Bly now getting in his car, getting ready to set his qualifying lap. Just still kind of sitting on pit road there for a second. Last week's winner, Brandon Maddox, not here this week. Dakota Bly now looking to put this on the pole. Here comes Dakota Bly off of turn number 4. We're going to start lap number 1. Now to the back straightaway, just kind of setting up for this first lap, getting a banker lap in here. Was the second, was 9th in practice, so we'll see what he does here in qualifying. 23.432. That will put him P9. Just trying to take his time, not lose the race car. Coming off turn number 4, Dakota Bly. Second okay lap, might improve it, but 23.136. That'll be P7, and that will end qualifying. So Kyle Klink will be on the pole for tonight's race here from Iowa. So now we wait for qualifying to wrap up. 10 drivers here tonight for 175 miles, 200 laps here from the 3/4 mile, just over 3/4 mile short track. As now these drivers are getting on to the grid. Before we get started, I'm not sure if they're on any cars tonight, but if you want to support the Undisputed Cup Series, make sure to use the StubHub link in description to support the Undisputed Cup Series when purchasing your tickets from StubHub. And also check out the other sponsors for the league of Burlington Cafe, KK Woodscapes, and also Quantum Bearings as well. You also looking to join the league and want to race every Thursday night along with other drivers. Make sure to check out the Undisputed Cup Series on their Facebook page as well. And tonight they have 65 laps of fuel, so it's gonna be about a two-stop race. Actually, gonna be about a two-stop race. It's gonna be pretty close. See if I can stretch it a little bit longer. It's gonna need to make it about 67 laps on fuel. You see if any of those drivers will be able to make it, depending on how they're shifting as well. That could be a problem tonight as well. But while they're on the grid, let's take a quick look at our starting lineup for tonight's race. Apologies for the graphics. We're trying to work on a few technical difficulties as well. Apologies for those. So where the drivers rolling out on to the racetrack is on the pole. We'll run through the order really quickly. It's on the pole was Kyle Klink, Alex Bonsior in second, Cody Dorsey in third, Evan Patinko starting fourth tonight, Jason Baum starting fifth, Scott Kerber will start sixth. There's our graphics. So Kyle Klink on the pole with a 22.482, Alex Bonsior in second, Cody Dorsey in third, Evan Patinko in fourth, fifth tonight, Jason Bottoms, Scott Kerber will start sixth, Dakota Bly will start seventh. 8th will be the 48 of Cameron Craighead. 9th will be the 57 of John Ganas. And Kyle Schmitz will start rather a 10-car field tonight. Kyle Schmitz not having the qualifying he would hope for. Now take the one to go signal. Gonna go down the back straightaway. To go for the We Own a Farm, a 175. Green flags in the air. We're underway here from Iowa. Kyle Klink, the race leader, Alex Bonsior on the outside. Down to the turn number 3 and 4 for the first time. Evan Patinko up a little bit in the old pavement there for just a few seconds. Off a turn number, I'm muted. But off a turn number 2. Oh, Alex Bonsior hard on the outside wall. They keep it going. Apologies for the delays getting the graphics quickly fixed back up. So far, Kyle Klink, our race leader after a couple laps.
Blink currently still leads. Bonzner right behind him, though. A few car lengths back, but the field pretty spread out overall. A few cars in the outside wall there. A 3-car pack here for around third.
Looking to the inside of Cody Dorsey now for that 4th place spot.
Ooh, contact there for third. Dorsey gives bumper to Patinko there. Into turn number 3 allows Cameron Craig to get up to 4th place now. So have a 3-car battle here for around third.
Off of turn number 2 now, down the back straightaway. Cameron Craig holding the outside, trying to work his way up through the field. He did not have the qualifying he wanted, but now he works to the outside of him. Patinko, the guy in the kind of old pavement up there, definitely loses a lot of grip and kind of slowed him down off the corner exit. It makes this a lot more interesting because you can enter very wide and just kind of cut down. There's just so much grip on that new pavement. Brand new pavement, it feels really great, especially, but it will definitely eat up your tires. You're really overdriving it. Tires definitely going to be a big factor tonight.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the new pavement, old pavement, kind of mixed combo there. A few of these drivers still running up a little bit higher on the old pavement, but we'll see how it plays out and who really saves the best tires here as Kyle Klink pulling away big time over Alex Bonzanor.
Yeah, Kyle Klink once again being great on the longer run. We saw that multiple times this season. He got the lead. I mean, he got the pole, and he's just been pulling away more and more as the tires start to wear, and he's just pulling away now 2 seconds ahead over Alex Bonzanor. Really, this battle is really right around the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Just kind of around that 3rd to 5th place positions. He's got Evan Patinko sitting there in 3rd. This Cameron Craig trying to close the gap down. He looks to the bottom into turn number 1 here. Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. So you're going to run the bottom as Craig can try and get to the outside.
As they have caught up to our 2nd place driver of Alex Bonzanor right now. Might be saving some tires, or maybe he's struggling here early on. Only lap 12 right now. So as he's way up the racetrack off turn number 2.
Yeah, starting to get a little bit tight. I think he's really getting tight. Burned off that right front a little bit. Now he's really off the racetrack, up into the old pavement. Look at that new patch comes up for him, kind of save him a little bit. But Alex Bonzanor really struggling with his tires now, really struggling with getting tight. Now he got cleared by Patinko, but now he dives it into turn number 1, gets in the apron a little bit, going to go slide up the racetrack. Almost gets to the Patinko, but he slots right back behind him. And Cameron Craig now going to look for the move down into turn number 3. Let's pull alongside, side by side, as Bonzanor way up the racetrack, really struggling with tire wear now.
Yeah, tire wear already going to be a big issue here in lap 14 early on this one. Currently our Pulsar pulling away to a 3-second gap over the rest of the field right now.
Yeah, Kyle Klink pulling away, being dominant. Right now, Cameron Craighead sitting there in P number 2. Alex Bonzanor right behind him. Cody Dorsey is sitting there in 4th. Cameron Craighead still holding on to 3rd as Patinko trying to drive away. They're side by side still for that 4th place spot as Bonzanor on the bottom. Cody Dorsey on the outside lane. Alongside down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Dorsey will clear. Bonzanor really struggling with tire wear. I think he may have I wonder if he got in the wall. Looks like he's got a little bit of right front damage. at that. Oh, but Cody Dorsey, Alex Poncho hitting the wall again as we're trying to go on board with Cody Dorsey. This is Kyle Schmitz on board here with Kyle Schmitz. Just trying to see on that right front a little scraped up, so Alex Poncho definitely getting the wall a little bit. So maybe he's really struggling. Maybe I wonder if he maybe got a little bit of ability damage, got the wall really bad. That really could affect him. So far, early on, tire wear being a factor. See some of these drivers starting to really fall off, but Kyle Klink still out to a 3-second lead. But everyone kind of just single file, taking their time, just settling in. Trying to hold on to third as Cody Dorsey's right behind him, trying to find a way around, trying to look for a lane to get by. Staying up the racetrack, pretty much putting those right side tires on that seam to where that new and old pavement start. Well, kind of where they meet. So our single file through the field. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Cameron Craighead off in turn number 2, still holding that third place spot. As Evan Patinko up to second. Kind of a battle for third now as Cameron Craighead kind of holding up the field a little bit. Kyle Schmitz and Cody Dorsey trying to find their way by. They're getting close, but just can't find the nose yet to get by. So far, Patinko holding up to second. Cameron Craighead sitting there in third, but now side by side, Cody Dorsey and Kyle Schmitz. Cody Dorsey way up the racetrack on the dirty old pavement up top. A lot of the marbles go up there as well, but he still actually gets a really good run. Now pulls it down into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side off of turn number 2 now, down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Smith's gonna try and get to the bottom, not able to do it. But Dorsey hard on the wall. He's gonna spin down the racetrack. He's gonna keep it straight. Great save from that 9 machine. He's gonna lose the spot to Kyle Schmitz. And Alex Poncho going right behind him now, trying to chase him back down. See if Dorsey maybe got a little bit too much damage. He might come down pit road. But staying on the racetrack for now, but now Bonsier going to try and scoot on by. This is the closest battle on the racetrack right here between these 3 drivers. Scott Kerber sitting right behind, trying to find his way by as well, just kind of waiting in the wings if another mistake was to happen. But up front, Kyle Klink. Jason Miles is on the racetrack, but for some reason I'm talking about the ticker to see if we can fix that really quick. Jason Miles is currently 6 laps down. Lucky he was able to get out there, so there he is on the ticker now, on our timing tower. He's on the apron circle. I think struggling a little bit here with his tire wear as he's now right in front of Cameron Craighead. The 6 laps down, he's showing a lot of help, a lot of cautions to get these laps back. Kyle Klink, our race leader, by about 2.6 seconds, with Patinko closing him down now as the run goes on here. Patinko's still sitting in second. He's got John Ganache right in front of him there. Cameron Craighead sitting in third. Kyle Schmitz fourth. Alex Buncher currently sitting fifth. Skadoshi's right behind him. Sixth, Scott Kerberg in seventh. Dakota White currently in eighth. John Ganache in ninth. One lap down, and Teresa Bottoms in 10th. Just kind of through the field there. But John Kodoshi goes to the inside of Alex Bonsior into turn number 1. Let's pull up in front through the center of the corner. Slide up in front of him. He's going to take that spot away. Kodoshi back up to the top 5. And now Bonsior trying to fight back on the bottom. Fights back from the bottom off of turn number 2. They keep it going as Bonsior slots back in line behind him. These 3 still the closest on the racetrack. Kodoshi in 5th, also our points leader after last week from Charlotte. Looking to maintain his points lead. He's currently has a 6-point lead over Dakota Bly. She's currently beating Dakota Bly right now, so he's able to hold that. But Kyle Schmitz, one spot ahead of him, only 17 back. Kodoshi, this should be a little bit. Kodoshi looking for his 3rd win of the season tonight. Kyle Klink looking for his 1st win of the season. He was very dominant at Legacy, Texas with a late race strategy call and a fuel mileage race. He ended up pitting during that final run, and he was not able to catch the drivers saving fuel at front. And Kodoshi being that driver saving fuel at Legacy, Texas earlier in the season, and took that win away from Kyle Klink. So now Kyle Klink now out here tonight, and he's actually now put the gap back up to 4.5 seconds over Evan Patinko. So there's Evan Patinko there, Kyle Klink. Let's compare those lap times this week. These top 2 right now, just Kyle Klink. 3/10 faster per lap than the rest of the field right now, at least. So you'll see this time by Kyle Klink, our race leader, down into turn number 1. Perfect, just staying right where he needs to be. Oh, but get a little tight there. Out to a 5-second lead. The closest battle on the racetrack still between Kodoshi and Alex Buncher and Scott Kerber right here. These 3 still the closest on the racetrack. So there you are on this race. We're going to see if someone can save maybe a little bit more fuel.
Yeah, fuel definitely could be an issue here tonight. Just depends on how long they go on this green flag run. So far, 40 laps green, 1/5 of the way through the race.
And Kodoshi up the racetrack again, and that's what allowed Bonser to sneak on by. As you know, a big moment there in turn number 3. See if Dorsey maybe tries to mount an attack back into 1 and 2 here. Now Scott Kerber has an opportunity to get there. As I think Kodoshi now is really struggling with his tires.
As side by side for third, I believe up ahead or close enough there. Kyle Schmidt, Cameron Craighead. Change your position there. Schmidt goes up to third. Cameron Craighead goes down to fourth. Excuse me.
So look how that move happened here. Down in the turn number 3, Kyle Schmitz trying to set up the run, gets up way up the racetrack. It's a nice lead apex through 3 and 4. Sets up a really good run on Cameron Craighead. Cameron Craighead, it looks like he just got really tight there off of 4. Kyle Schmitz had an opportunity down in the turn 1 to move it to the inside. Wrap the bottom as he could. Cameron Craighead struggling with the right front grip now. He's just tracking up the racetrack. They stayed side by side into 3. I believe Kyle Schmitz was able to finally get the move done here off of turn number 4. As I think Cameron Craighead really struggling with tire right now, so you're really starting to see all these drivers really get tight as the right front starts to wear away. As Kyle Schmitz now sitting there in 3rd, but still out in front. The whole race has been Kyle Klink. He still remains the fastest on the racetrack. Next driver, second fastest, was Kyle Schmidt. He's only a tenth slower, but everyone else, he is about easily 2 tenths clear of the rest of the field. That just tells you how much quicker Kyle Klink is tonight.
Yeah, just so far really dominating here tonight early on. We're only 1/4 of the way through though, but still, Klink is definitely the driver to beat so far here tonight. There's one car on the outside wall there, off turn number 2.
It's Jason Bottoms, currently 8 laps down. Struggling to get in quickly with some technical problems. And he ended up starting 6 laps down, lost a few more laps, just trying to get some laps, hopefully hoping someone maybe makes a big mistake. Wrecks out of the race, gets him a few extra points. So yeah, he did win a few weeks ago back at Richmond. So Iowa, kind of a similar track, you think, compared to Richmond. It's a little bit different now with all this new pavement, but it definitely could kind of be a similar-ish driving style in a way. Just a little bit bigger of a racetrack, but unfortunately Jason Bottoms pretty much put out of this one before the race even started. Technical difficulties, so he's currently sitting at 9th, but Cody Dorsey down pit road. Early pit stop for Cody Dorsey to still take tires on lap 48.
Interesting call there. Not sure. Looks like it was just a scheduled pit stop for him. Nothing too out of the ordinary for that 9 machine, but we'll see how it plays out for him as pinning around lap 49 mark here.
Yeah, fuel is expected to be about 65 laps, so it's going to be a 3-stop either way. Assuming that unless you can save maybe about a couple of laps extra fuel.
Yeah, you only need to save about 2 laps per fuel cycle, give or take.
So far, Kyle Klink out in front by now 7.5 seconds. Evan Patsenko now under attack from Kyle Schmitz. Kyle Schmitz, he's having a great pace, really coming alive here in this final half of this.
Oh, Cameron Craighead missing pit lane. He's got to go through the Legends Oval back straightaway.
The access road, big mistake from Cameron Craighead there. Just to get back up the racetrack, and that's going to cost him tons of time.
Yeah, it cost him about 6 seconds there. 6-7 seconds on his lap time.
Let's take a look at what happened. Down in the turn number 3, just gets in a little bit too deep, gets on the aprons, just the pit road really comes up quick. It feels
super
very
flat.
There he goes down, but it feels, yeah, it's definitely very flat, but also, here comes Kyle Schmitz actually, as he just got to the inside of Evan Patsenko, so Kyle Schmitz comes out pit road, but you can kind of see, it feels like it normally, at like a mile and a half, it kind of goes with the corner, and you kind of follow the flow of the corner off, but here at Iowa, it really feels like that, and then all of a sudden it sharpens up, and you have to really make that sharp left-hander onto the corner, as normally where the access road is, was normally where you kind of expect the pit road to be, but really it's a lot tighter, so you have to really turn the wheel much harder in that final approach to the pit line there. But also down pit road is Kyle Klink, as he's now back out of pit road. Evan Pateco staying out of the racetrack. We'll see if he can go another about 10, 15, 12 more laps. Another one of those drivers that normally has been very good at fuel saving is Dakota Bly, but he's also very far back already a lap down. So I don't know if he can give up. He can't really give up any more time trying to save fuel. Could should be another driver that was really good at fuel saving. Won fuel saving race at Legacy, Texas. A few miles race at Legacy, Texas, but Kudoshi already come down pit road. But so far, the closest battle of the racetrack between Kyle Klink and Dakota Bly is Alex Bunce. You are now down pit road. Scott Kerber is still on the racetrack, 13 seconds behind Evan Patingo. Now he comes down pit road, gets on the apron very early, but you kind of see this here, just how quick it tightens up, and yeah, and he overdrives it too, and he goes onto the access road.
Lane it's starting to be really tough to get on the pit lane. It always has been in Iowa, especially with those older tires. Now it's grippy as well. It could be an issue, but we'll go on board here and see what happened.
Let's go on board. So Max Kerber really takes it easy down into the pit road here. Just following the wall here, but then the wall kind of guides you, and then as soon as that wall turns in, you get as soon as it's tire barrier, you got to turn in really sharply, and just unexpected, just missed it. And that's how quick it can change. So now he comes back down pit road again. Kyle Klink now cycles back to the race lead as Evan Patingo comes down pit road, so it's going to be a 3-stop race, no matter what, for everybody. As everyone has made their first pit stop of the night. Scott Kerber, the last driver to make this pit stop, as he's now rolling down pit road. Actually, he stayed out, but now he's finally come down pit road on lap number 58. But he was already got passed by Kyle Klink before he even could get down pit road. But now everyone has made their first pit stop of the night. See how that works out. But right now, Kyle Klink actually put Cameron Craighead a lap down. That's how it tells you how much Cameron Craighead, how much time he lost. Lost so much, he lost a lap. Kyle Klink absolutely dominant, 12 seconds ahead of Kyle Schmitz. Kyle Schmitz was starting to be a little bit quicker, about a half a tenth faster than Kyle Klink, but just so late in the run. I mean, I had to pit within the next 5 laps anyways, but I mean, kind of do it again, maybe try and get that extra pace a little bit early in the run. Good try and chase down, so long way to go, but 11 seconds. Kyle Klink just dominant so far through this first pit stop.
Yeah, right now, I mean, we're not even the halfway point, and 12-second lead over Kyle Schmitz right now after the first pit cycle. And right now, I mean, he's looking pretty much unbeatable on the racetrack.
Currently the closest battle on the racetrack here between Dakota Bly and Scott Kerber. Kerber up in 7th. He is pulling away from Dakota Bly. Currently now out to a 6/10 lead gap over Dakota Bly, as these drivers are 2 laps down. But Kyle Klink already lapped half the field. It only has 3 cars on the lead lap. The next closest battle between, other than Scott Kerber and Dakota Bly, is about the 2-second gap between Evan Patingo and Cameron Craighead. These drivers will be fighting for the lucky dog as well. But Dakota Bly closing the gap down a little bit off of turn number 4 here. They're trying to drive it down to turn 1, try and get to the inside of Scott Kerber. Way at the racetrack, gets up in the kind of old pavement a little bit, but it's a really good run through 3 and 4, and he will take that spot away. So Dakota Bly moves up to 7th. He is also on a 1-lap tire advantage as well, so it could help him a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, 1 lap might not seem like a lot, but a track like Iowa, with how big the tire has been, 1 lap could be a few tenths every lap, and I mean, that adds up pretty quickly in a long run.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this race. You can see many mistakes happen. We've seen it happen earlier this season, or someone very fast, someone very dominant gets a penalty on pit road, overstepping it. That could be the difference. Kyle Klink just has to be perfect tonight. No more mistakes. He should be all right. assuming that we stay green to the end of this race. Already out 12.6-second lead. He's been perfect on pit. I think he even gained the most on pit road as well. And he was actually the only driver in the 42-second bracket on pit road. That's 42.9 on pit road. The next fastest time on pit lane was a 43.2 by Kyle Schmitz. Everyone else was 43.4 or worse. But two drivers being in 45s down pit lane. He was the fastest on pit road by a good chunk as well. So that just shows you how quick Kyle Klunk is tonight. Evan Patinko now closing that gap down. Cameron Craighead now down to about half a second. So far, Cameron Craighead able to hold on to that spot, still a little bit ahead of Evan Patinko. Let's go on board here with Evan Patinko. Let's just kind of see where he's gaining his time. He's off the turn at number 2 now, down the back straightaway. Sitting there in 4th gear. Just kind of maintaining around that half-second gap to Cameron Craighead. We actually went up to 5th gear there, coming into 1. Now he's shifted back down to 4th. He's got the little fly behind him. Trying to get one of his laps back there. So, I'm trying to chase down to get one of his laps back. This remains the closest battle of the racetrack between Cameron Craighead and Evan Patinko. 72 laps into this one.
Wow, looks like only 3 cars on the lead lap currently. Like we mentioned, it's not even halfway yet. We're still 25 laps from halfway, and I mean, Klink is just putting on a clinic right now on the rest of the field. Obviously, some drivers missing the pit road, like Cameron Craighead, and a few others, so they lost a lot of time. They're probably around 7-8 seconds in total, which that's about 1/3 of a lap they lost, but still, Klink doing a great job right now, and so far no caution either. So we've been green all 75 laps, and these drivers, it doesn't seem like anyone's getting too loose or anything. It's mostly just tight off the corners, kind of using up that right front, I would say, from the view, viewing these guys' just driving line and how they're driving so far.
Yeah, for sure. It's really just really eats up the right front, especially how you drive it. Just the new pavement, you're able to keep so much throttle in it. And you're putting so much wheel into it, they just kind of turn it down the racetrack, and it really eats up the right front, especially running the higher lane of the racetrack as well. That's the faster lane around here, but as you mentioned, only 3 cars on the lead lap, and there's the gap between the 3rd and the leader, as he is only within a second now of lapping Cody Dorsey and only putting 2 drivers on the lead lap. But Patinko down pit road, he's actually got a black flag. So early pit stop for Evan Patinko, and he's down pit road, speeding on pit road
Looks like
there.
he's speeding, yeah.
See what he does. I'm going to take 4 tires.
Yeah, right in entry, he got very loose, had to hit the brakes hard, but just got caught speeding. He's around 55 miles per hour when the speed limit is 50 in total. Excuse me,
Cut
40.
on the apron, yeah, just got upset the car a little bit, then just getting on the brakes a little bit too hard, a little bit too late, and having to really sharpen that corner up, and just sped on pit road there. Serving his penalty, but now down into turn number 1. Here comes Kyle Klink now, trying to put Cody Dorsey a lap down. He goes down into turn number 1, and Kyle Klink gonna be able to clear through the center. Maybe Cody Dorsey gonna try to fight back on the outside, but Kyle Klink clears him and cut only 2 drivers on the lap here before even halfway. Battle of racetrack between Cody Dorsey and Cameron Craighead, about 1.3 seconds. As actually Cameron Craighead started really close down on Cody Dorsey, as Cody Dorsey really struggling with tire wear now. As last time by, he was actually about 6/10 faster than Cody Dorsey. As we'll see this time by, it was about 2/10 faster, so Cody Dorsey didn't have to battle Kyle Klink anymore, so giving him a little bit of pace. But Cameron Craighead now within a second. Take a look at their lap times here. Cameron Craighead, once again, 3/10 faster. He's really closing that gap down to Cody Dorsey now. See this gap really starting to close down to 7/10 of a second. But now Cameron Craighead is starting to hit that dirty air. Affect him a little bit. Now down to half a second, but Cameron Craighead still, once again, 2/10 faster than Cody Dorsey. Cody Dorsey really struggling with those tires now, struggling with that tire wear. So now Cameron Craighead trying to get to that 3rd place spot. He's got Dakota Bly right behind him as well. So Bly 2 laps down, sitting there in 6th. Oh, but Cameron Craighead up into the wall off of turn number 2. As Cody Dorsey down to the bottom of the racetrack. Is that he might actually come down pit road here, and he is. Cody Dorsey coming down pit road as Cameron Craighead will move to 3rd. So Cody Dorsey down pit road. Cameron Craighead still holding 3rd over. Now it goes to 3rd as he's got to lie right behind him. So it's 14 seconds out of the race lead. So Gonna will pass Cody Dorsey there. As Cody Dorsey still on pit road, taking 4 tires and topping it off, filling it up on fuel. But so far, holding on to that, holding on to 7th. Now, can I go through the field here? Can I go through everybody's season so far? Klink, our race leader, only made 3. This is 4th start of the season. This is race number 10, so he's only done about half the race, not even half the races. But Kyle Klink at his 4th start here, looking for his first win. Because dominant Legacy Texas are very race number 2 of the season, really early on this season. Can I mention that before? Lost it on fuel mileage in that late race caution, kind of being that fuel run and that fuel mileage able to work out for Cody Dorsey. And Cody Dorsey was able to take that win. But right now, Kyle Klink sitting about 15th, sitting 15th in the points, 215 out of the points lead, 44 back from the next truck in front of him, which is Brian Whitcomb. He's trying to point his way into the playoffs. But Kyle Schmidt's currently sitting there in second. That's Kyle Schmidt's third place in the points. As he was third place in the points and has one race win on the season. Back at the Brickyard of Indianapolis. We're going to try and put a second win tonight, but also 17 out of the points lead of Cody Dorsey. And he's putting that in right now. Cody Dorsey sitting there in 7th. He's definitely going to have a good shot to try and gain a good chunk of his points to try and gain that and get closer to that points lead to narrow it down in this regular season. Kyle Schmidt's 4 top 5s, 8 top 10s, very consistent. Sitting there in P number 3 is Cameron Craighead. Cameron Craighead made 8 starts of the season. This is his 9th start, so he only missed one race. This was the first race of the season. He has 1 win. Actually, sorry, he has 2 wins. 2 wins. You have 1 at Watkins Glen a few races ago, and also won the race before that, the second race of the Atlanta doubleheader, which well now Echo Park Speedway doubleheader. With 7 top 10s and his 8 starts, so also very consistent driver. Sitting 4th in the points, 26 out of the points lead. He's got the go live right on his back bumper. Trying to find his way by, just trying to get an extra driver there. But Kyle Schmidt's down pit road. So pit's pretty early here, and they come off pit road. He's trying to get that big undercut on Kyle Klink, but now that means Kyle Klink now has a full lap lead over the rest of the field. We'll see when that 31 machine comes down pit road. He last pitted 47 laps ago. Just around lap 50, or lap 52, so we expect him to probably go maybe about 5 more laps. I don't really expect him to go much longer. Probably just split this race in half. Lap number 100 here. This time by Kyle Klink. Complete lap number 100 and put us halfway through this race. Kyle Klink crossed the line, 100 down, 100 to go here from Iowa. Fastest short track on the planet. Here in Newton, Iowa. We're in the virtual world. Kyle Klink putting on a clinic tonight.
Son is studying as well.
A whole lap ahead of Cameron Craighead. Right now, I got a few drivers as Cameron Craighead actually comes down pit road now, but a few drivers now battling on the racetrack as Kyle Schmidt just pitted to try and get by Cody Dorsey, who pitted 14 laps ago. Kyle Schmidt dives out on the bottom. Evan Patinko down pit road now. Oh, I'm trying to make it on pit road. He will. The Kodawai also comes down pit road. As we're gonna add the field is gonna cycle through as everyone gets on and off pit road.
Yeah, I can't have any pit road mistakes. Saw a few drivers do that already. Kyle Klink currently has a 1-lap lead, so he's one that definitely he can afford a mistake, but he doesn't want to make a mistake though halfway through this race.
Yeah, you can probably speed on pit road and still be able to gain that time back. Still half the race to go. He's already put a lap into the field, and he could definitely put another one in. He's just had that pace tonight. He's so fast. There's a bit of lag coming off pit road. I think I'm just sitting in pit road still. Scott Kerber down pit road. Kyle Klink, we'll see how much longer he will wait to come down pit road here. Oh, but Scott Kerber penalty on pit road. And that's gonna really lose it. That's gonna lose him some more positions as he was running around that 7th place spot. That's gonna cost him a lot of time. So Scott Kerber down pit road. Let's believe everything has gotten out of this car, so I think he just called it a night. So now
And he has a left session as well.
Only 7 cars on the lead on the racetrack, and only one of them on the lead lap or race leader of Kyle Klink. Alex Bonshore is second, a lap and a half behind. So I think Kyle Klink, he might be able to stay in the lead after pitting.
Yeah, I think
now,
so.
That's how far he is ahead of the field.
Yeah, really no one is able to touch him at all, really. Since the beginning of this race, he pulled out to a big gap and just kept on going. It hasn't stopped yet, and it won't continue to stop here as we have coming to 90 laps to go this time by. I guess 91 actually, but...
Here comes Kyle Klink down pit road. He's going to make his 2nd stop of the race. We'll see if Alex Bonsier will come down pit road and maybe jump Kyle Klink. It might be just if it's a little bit more than a lap, but here comes Alex Bonsier off of turn number 4. Bonsier will unlap himself. Now he's going to just try and get the lead, try and lead a lap. Kyle Klink coming down to his pit stall here. 90 laps to go. Well, 91 laps to go. Alex Bonsier rounding turn 4. Let's see if he can close that gap in. It's about 5 seconds. Klink now drops the jack. Here comes Bonsier. He's going to take the lead for a few seconds. So Bonsier cycles to the lead. So Kyle Klink had just enough to, not enough to hold the lead even after pitting there. That puts 4 cars back on the lead lap, but Cody Dorsey has pitted already. So we did cycle back on the lead lap, trying hoping for a caution. Kyle Schmitz, he has pitted, sitting there in 3rd. So he would probably cycle it back out to 2nd once again. Terry sitting in 4th, so kind of everyone has pitted except Alex Bonsier. That's Kyle Klink now only 1 second back from getting that lead back. This shows you the tire difference there. How long will Alex Bonsier stay out on the racetrack? Kyle Klink just rockets around the outside there and takes the race lead back with 88 laps to go. So we have 1 more pit stop. Don't want to make a mistake on pit road. Kyle Schmitz, after that undercut, he actually gained some time on Kyle Klink. Now only about 9 seconds back. So he gained about 6 seconds on pit road. But now he's going to be losing that because he's also on a much bigger undercut and about already on 15 lap older tires. So He's just not going to have the pace in those tires anymore. He's just going to slowly lose time. And it's a Kyle Flink. Just the new tires for that 31 machine of Flink. But Alex Bonsior still out on the racetrack, still holding in second. Maybe trying to hope for a caution. Alex Bonsior, his ninth start of the season tonight. He has 5 top 10s and 4 top 5s, so very consistent driver. Alex Bonsior, really great. I really like so far this season. Currently sitting 6th place in the points. About 67 points out of the points lead after Charlotte. He's not won a race this season, but has come close multiple times. He's been on the podium a few times as well, been up here in the booth post race. But Kyle Schmitz sitting in 3rd. Cody Dorsey currently in 4th right now. Cody Dorsey, our current points leader, by 6 points over Dakota Bly. His 2 wins on the season was back-to-back from race 2 and 3, Legacy, Texas. One Legacy, Texas, race number 2. Also won the week after at Rockingham. Just 9 top 10s, so he is perfect. His 10th start of the season. So he's one of 3 drivers to start every race. Well, one of 4 drivers to start every race so far this season. Is 9 top 10s, so perfect there. 6 top 5s, so and our current points leader. Alex Bonsior finally comes down pit road, so you will have to make 1 more stop. So the fuel window will be open about 15 laps. So he'll come out pit road at our 4 tire stop there. Cameron Cricket now closing the gap back down to Cody Dorsey, as Cody Dorsey was able to stay out in front. Got in front of him. With the undercut, but Cody Dorsey 1 second ahead of Cameron Cricket.
As
Through 3 and 4. But now off the turn.
As here comes Carrick Head. So back bumper to the inside now in turn 3 and 4.
Way up the racetrack. He's on 27 lap old tires, 36 lap old tires already. So he's been the first driver through all cycles pretty much to pit. And now Cody Dorsey falls back to that 4th place spot. Alex Bonsior cycles back to 5th after his pit stop. Dakota Bly sitting in P6 though. Of his rundown of his season, he is looking for his first win as well. One of the 4 drivers to make the 10th start tonight. Has started every race so far this season. Been also perfect along with Cody Dorsey. 9 top 10s for the 9 starts certainly so far. And there'll be another one tonight. 7 top 5s. There's 1 more top 5 than Cody Dorsey, but not 2 less wins. So right there, only 6 points behind Cody Dorsey. Now starting to lose a little bit of that time, losing some more points as Cody Dorsey. Now actually just comes down pit road, so Cody Dorsey would have to make an extra stop. Interesting strategy call there from Cody Dorsey. Should end up having to make a 4th stop tonight as he pits with 75 to go. So Cody Dorsey will most definitely have to come down a fourth time, so that could make it Dakota Bly maybe to get an extra point on him, depending on how that gap works out in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see if Dorsey might split this last run into 2.5, pretty much 38 and 38. So I mean, that could be a strategy call for him. I mean, Tower has been pretty important tonight, so that extra pit stop might make up for itself. But yeah, it's still a risky call though, because you want to come out pit lane one more time, and you never know what can happen on pit lane. You make a little mistake, accidentally overshoot pit lane, get a speed penalty, or get unsafe pegs or something like that. That could definitely derail your strategy call here late in this race.
Yep, and currently just every driver separated from themselves for position. Right now, Scott Kerber, last driver on the racetrack, is currently running, sitting in P7 tonight. Tonight is Scott's Kerber's seventh start tonight. He has 5 top 10s and no top 5, sitting 9th in the points, 134 points out of the points lead. Scott Kerber going to try and get a break into the top 5 tonight, hoping maybe Dakota Bly could just make a big mistake. He can close that gap in, get that top 5. Trying to get put in his way into the playoffs. So I believe only about 4 races out of the playoffs now. As next week we will have, next week we'll go to Las Vegas, which will be 3 races left in the regular season. So far, Kyle Klink 20 seconds out in the race lead. He's trying to put Kyle Schmitz one more lap down, one lap down, and lap the entire field on pace tonight. That's how quick he has been. Cody Dorsey going to try and get back to this inside. As Cody Dorsey on the fresh tires. Kyle Klink out in the lead last time by, ran a 24.027. Cody Dorsey, the only driver faster than that, as he's on fresh tires.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a driver dominate this much here tonight. I'm pretty sure Kyle Klink has led every lap. Maybe pit cycle here or there, maybe didn't lead lap, but man, the domination so far here tonight, and we still got 65 laps to go as well. So I mean, it's still not, I guess, quote unquote, close to the ends. But like a short track like this, these laps kind of wind down pretty quickly. But still got quite a bit left in this race as he hits the outside wall for turn 4.
You're getting the wall a little bit. Still not leaving anything out there on the racetrack. Like every little bit of speed he has on the racetrack. Trying to dominate, win this race as dominant as possible. So far 21 seconds ahead of Kyle Schmitz, as he is now only a few tenths back. As there's Kyle Schmitz, Kyle Klink trying to close him in. Kyle's at the front of the field. So far. Kyle Klink, 21, almost 22 seconds ahead now. He sees Kyle Schmitz in his sights. A little loose there from Dakota Bly, just out in front for Kyle. On board now with Kyle Klink. You see where he's making his time. And already the top lane there. Top freshly paved lane. So far, down into turn number 3. Klink on riding that apron. He sees Kyle Schmitz just 2 cars ahead of him. He knows he wants it. Every driver wants to go out and win every single race they can. And when they have the chance, they want to win it in as much dominant fashion as Kyle Klink is trying. He sees Kyle Schmitz. He knows if he laps Kyle Schmitz, he's lapped the field on pace tonight. Every driver wants to do that at some point in their career. He's trying to do it just a little bit. The lap times even out. Actually, Kyle Schmitz was 200s faster that last time by. So see, but right now Kyle Klink holding on. Kyle Schmitz holding on to that position. Seconds, trying to close that gap. Schmitz pulling it back away. He's trying to hold on. He's on the older tires as well, but the tires have even out now. Kyle Klink now in that dirty air, but with 55 laps to go. Race winding down now, but still 1 pit stop left. Kyle Schmitz now coming down pit road as he will make his final stop of the night. So Kyle Schmitz down pit road, and that means Kyle Klink has put the field a whole lap down. Cameron Craig, and now he'll hop up to second. We'll see how these strategies work out between these drivers. You can see a few different strategies. Cody Dorsey, he'll have to make an extra stop. We'll see if he can hold on to where he was currently running once everyone else makes their final stop of the night. So now with 50 laps to go, Kyle Klink holds the lead. While we have the moment, we're going to take this time. We're going to do our element crank it up here for Iowa. back on our cranking up segment there. I just saw Kyle Klink coming off pit road, and our race leader by now 12 seconds. As now he lost about half the time he had on Kyle Schmitz, as Kyle Schmitz had a 10-lap undercut there. But Kyle Klink making his final stop of the night here with 40 laps to go. Cody Dorsey currently sitting in P number 3 as he's getting chased down by Cameron Craighead. Cody Dorsey will have to make an extra stop tonight. We'll probably make a pit stop as soon as he gets passed here by Cameron Craighead. That's when he made his last stop. There he is. He gets passed by Cameron Craighead. Down pit road he goes with 39 laps to go. So he will be the last driver to make a pit stop. As everyone else has made the stops they need, everyone else can make it on fuel. So now the question is, can Kyle Klink gain about 10 seconds on Kyle Schmitz? He's got the overcut. Got the overcut strategy there. But so far here with 37, now 36 laps to go. Kyle Klink out in the lead by 15 seconds over Kyle Schmitz. Kyle Klink 16 seconds ahead. He's putting that time, man. He's going to try and chase down Kyle Schmitz here. Put him a lap down. The closest battle on the racetrack right now is 1.9 seconds from Cody Dorsey and Dakota Bly. As Dakota Bly, he's already made his pit stop. Cody Dorsey just made his final stop as he made an extra stop compared to the rest of the field. He's going to easily chase down that 25 machine for Dakota Bly. He's going to put more points on Dakota Bly's points. Put more points in to his points lead over Dakota Bly. So Dakota Bly was second in points, 6 points back. But Cody Dorsey will be gaining more points tonight. He passes him there easily off the turn 2. Just a much difference in tires, 20 lap difference in tires there. That just shows you how much faster fresh tires are. Kyle Klink now 18 seconds ahead of Kyle Schmitz. Cameron Craighead 18 seconds back from Kyle Schmitz. That's the gap for second. It's a whole one lap gap to third from Alex Bonsior and Cameron Craighead. About a 3.6 second gap to Alex Bonsior to Cody Dorsey. So Cody Dorsey going to try and chase down Alex Bonsior. He's about a second faster, so this extra stop could work out and maybe put Cody Dorsey in a solid 4th place spot. He's not going to be able to go any further than that. He's going to have to make up the entire lap to catch Cameron Craighead, and that's not going to happen even with this tire wear. Trying to chase down Alex Bonsior last time by was about 6/10 faster Gap's down to 1.6. It's going to be the battle for fourth. Will the undercut, the extra stop work? Seconds is the gap. There's Alex Bonsignor. But now you got two battles here. You got a battle for position between Alex Bonsignor and Cody Dorsey. As the extra stop's going to work out for him, looks like. But Kyle Klink now to the bottom of Kyle Schmitz. Kyle Klink now going to try and clear. Not there yet, but down in the 3 and 4, he will drive it in and clear Kyle Schmitz and put the entire field one lap down. That's how fast Kyle Klink has been tonight. But Alex Bonsignor trying to hold on to that fourth place spot over Cody Dorsey, but the 10-lap fresher tires are just going to work out for Cody Dorsey, even after making the extra stop. Cody Dorsey going to fly around the outside. He's going to try and clear into the 3. Bonsignor's going to put up a fight. He's going to try and go down the bottom. It's actually a little faster than Kyle Schmitz. Kyle Schmitz on older tires than both of them. But Cody Dorsey up into the wall. So slow him down a little bit, and that will put him behind Alex Bonsignor again as Kyle Schmitz moves out of the way of this battle. Alex Bonsignor now up to fourth, still holding in fourth with 24 laps to go. Now coming to 23 as Kyle Klink, the leader, right in front of him. Cody Dorsey on the pressure tires, I think really starting to struggle now. Maybe push those tires a little bit too much. Just going to be the battle for that fourth place spot.
Last time by, Alex Bonsignor was quicker than Cody Dorsey by around a tenth, but Dorsey with a good run off of turn 2 has the momentum. What can you do here?
Down into turn number 3, gets to the outside. Bonsignor on the apron. He get that rotation a little bit. He got on the apron a little bit too much, got him loose, and that's going to allow Dorsey to fly by on the outside. And Cody Dorsey will move up to fourth. And also, interesting strategy called Dakota Blythe down pit road. He's one lap behind Alex Bonsignor. He's gonna have need to really put on the pace if he wants to catch another driver for position there. Dakota Blythe comes down pit road for a 4th time tonight, but Alex Bonsignor now 6/10 back. Let's see if we can try and chase down Cody Dorsey. I don't think he can. There's Dakota Blythe coming off pit road 2 laps behind Alex Bonsignor. I don't think he's really going to gain that spot. Pretty much every driver is going to be in their position right now that they finish. Unless we get a late race caution to shake things up. It's always a possibility. We've been so far green flag from the start. We've been clean and green since. Dorsey pulling away from Alex Bonsignor now puts over a 2nd gap, and now almost about a 1.5 seconds. That is the closest battle on the racetrack. So Dakota Blythe on the first tire is going to work his way by. But these drivers pretty much locked into the positions, waiting to end this race here. These final few laps. Final 16 laps and this time by. Just to go this time by for Kyle Klink. dominant so far tonight. 15 laps to go here. Not sure if this will lock him into the playoffs, as I believe he will. He has to complete a certain amount of races to make the playoffs. He was 60 points out of the playoffs, so definitely help him. So it won't lock him in, but he's going to have to do enough. I think he's going to have to complete the rest of the regular season to be eligible for that. But Kyle Klink, definitely a strong driver to watch out for.
Yeah, obviously after tonight, putting on this clinic here at Iowa, just domination. I can't even say it enough. Just pure domination from him.
Yep, and coming up, he's got 3 more races left in the regular season. We have Las Vegas, Kansas, and the Daytona, so 2 mile-and-a-halfs and a super speedway. So a difference from the short tracks. Back to the mile-and-a-halfs of Las Vegas and Kansas, so those 2 tracks. We'll see tire will definitely be a factor, but Kyle Klink, always a threat at every racetrack we go to. We'll also have to see Daytona going to be our 3rd Super Speedway race of the season, as we had 2 races back in Atlanta a few weeks ago with our doubleheader. Actually about a month ago at this point. At the doubleheader, it was race number 5 and 6 of the season. But Daytona will be that's the regular season finale, and then you also have Talladega with the penultimate race of the season. So only 4 super speed races on the schedule. Pretty all spread out apart from each other. Kyle Klink mainly focused on tonight. He has put a lap in the field all night long. There's Kyle Smith's a lap and a half behind. He's almost a lap and a half ahead of the field. That's really what it's good how it's finished tonight. Kyle Klink, our race leader. Kyle Schmitz will finish 2nd. Cameron Craig in 3rd. Assuming all these drivers take it to the end clean. Only 8 laps to go. Cody Dorsey in 4th. Extra pit stop call, and it worked out for him, able to get an extra spot there. Alex Bonshore in 5th. Dakota in 6th. Stafford Kerberg in 7th. Only 7 drivers left out on the racetrack. This time by rounding in turn number 4, Kyle Klink will take 6 laps to go. A very long race tonight. This time by trying to maybe put another lap down up in front. Cameron Greghead trying to put him 2 laps down maybe. But I don't think he'll get there. So 3 laps to go. Just under 3 miles left, about 2.5 miles I would think. On the fastest short track on the planet. We're in Iowa. by 2 laps to go for Kyle Klink. He got the pole earlier tonight, and he did not look back once. He's led every single lap he could. Pit stops, maybe a few different pit cycles. He lost a few laps, but he has been dominant all night long. He's led easily over 3/4 of this race. He was like this at Legacy, Texas on race number 2, but fuel mileage ended that win for him. Dakota Doshi won it on fuel mileage back at Legacy, Texas, but he came back tonight to dominate this race and make a statement off of turn number 4. Kyle Klink over a lap and a half ahead of the field. He will win at Iowa. Kyle Klink, dominant performance. 200 laps. All green, flag to flag race there. Just that shows you how dominant he was. He will celebrate it as he's going to turn it around here in turn number 1 on a new pavement and roll it back down the front stretch. Little celebration victory laps. Victory salute to the crowd. And it rolls it down pit road. But wow, Kyle Klink celebrates. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here from Iowa. Welcome back here to Iowa as we just saw Kyle Klink take the race, win in a dominant fashion by a lap and a half over the field. But before we get to our top 3 interviews, let's take a look at our results for tonight's We Own a Farm 175 here from Iowa. Kyle Klink, a lap and a half over the field of Kyle Schmitz and Cameron Craighead sitting there in 3rd. Cody Lucy in 4th. Alex Bonds doing rounds at the top 5. Dakota Y in 6th. Scott Kerber, the last driver running on the racetrack, in 7th. Evan Zico in 8th. Jason Bottoms in 9th. And John Ganas rounding out the 10-car field here tonight. But up front all night long, pretty much led every single lap there was to lead. Kyle Klink, our race winner, by a lap and a half. How does it feel to get this race win in this dominant of a fashion?
It feels good just to have everything go right for a weekend. It feels like the last 2 or 3 races that I was into, it just never fell into my lap or I messed up. So it's just really nice to have something kind of go my way and no incidents to really worry about.
Yeah, you're able to dominate so so much tonight. Led so many laps. Just how are you able to keep that speed? Just kind of walk us through that the tire wear. Just how are you able to keep the tires under it for so long and keep that pace in the whole run, and also just manage pit stops as well.
It's all about, for me, was just trying to keep the car getting straight into the corner and straight off the corner, and just making sure I could feel the fronts on me. After the first stint, I kind of felt there's about 20 laps in there where the fronts just did not grip, and then I kind of changed my lineup a little bit, and when I could feel those fronts gripping to the track, I felt really good. This new pavement is the first time I've actually raced on this version of Iowa. There was a lot of grip in those corners, so I was really just trying to be easy on those front tires, especially that front right. It was pretty close to blowing, I think, on that first stint, so I've really tried to manage that.
Yeah, you're able to manage it all night long through the whole 200 lap race, full distance, but you're able to pick up the win in a very dominant fashion. But before we send off on anime, Andy sponsor the thing for tonight's race win.
Thanks, Heron, and thank you guys for broadcasting, and thanks for the guys that put on this race, and for everyone that's making it out. It's been a good time.
Once again, congrats on your race win. We'll see you next week. Forgot the schedule already. We'll see you next week at Las Vegas.
Sounds good. See you then.
So that was Kyle Klink, our race winner. We'll bring in our 2nd place finisher here of Kyle Schmitz. Running out a solid place finish tonight, but you still a lap and a half behind, but still a very solid 2nd place run. Just what do you think you could have done differently to maybe close that gap down a little bit and maybe try and make a shot at the win? Just what do you think you could have done differently tonight?
Absolutely nothing, truthfully. I was pushing literally as hard as I could. The first tire stint, I really messed up my qualifying effort, so started last, and I every time Kyle shows up, he's usually faster than me, and I knew I needed to get up there. I pushed real hard the first 3, and I realized that there was nothing that I was going to do to catch him, so I was just kind of riding it out like the last tire stint, just knowing that there was nothing I could do. He was fast. He was gonna win this race, so I'm very content with 2nd.
Yeah, still a very solid run for you tonight. You won earlier at Indianapolis earlier this season, and a very solid 2nd place run for you tonight. Able to get a little bit extra points to maybe try and close that gap down to the points lead. So how are you going to use this momentum to kind of build this to the final 3 races of the regular season?
Yeah, this is fantastic. This is my 2nd podium. I need to do much better during the race on pit road entry, pit road exit. If you look at my average start, I'm a 2. If you look at my average finish, I'm like a 7 or an 8, maybe 6 now. And it's all pit road. It's all me messing up. So if I could figure out a way to do pit road very well, like today, no pit road problems, and I'm on the podium. My win, no pit road problems at Indy, and I won it. So if I can figure out a way to fix my pit road issue, I will be okay in the playoffs, I believe.
Yeah, still a very solid 2nd place run for you tonight. But before we send off on my Indy sponsor link for tonight's 2nd place run.
Yeah, My Mom's Addiction on eBay that are helping me out. It's a lot of NASCAR diecast and memorabilia, along with a lot of other stuff for collectors. Also, spare parts gaming community. What's up, guys? And everything else on my car is just the stuff that I enjoy using.
And once again, congrats on your 2nd place finish. We'll see you next, 2 weeks at Las Vegas.
Cool. Thanks, Aaron.
So that was our second place finisher of Kyle Schmitz. We'll bring in our third place finisher of Cameron Craighead. Very solid run for you tonight as well, putting really good finishes together. Have two wins on the season, and a very solid third place run for you tonight. And so, how are you going to use this momentum to build coming into the final 3 races of the regular season?
Yeah, I want to use these good finishes to, like, just build a foundation for the playoffs because I'm locked in now, so I'm not really worried about the regular season. But I want to make sure that when the playoffs come, I run solid top 5 races every week because you might not have a winning car, but you need to be up front, and that's all I'm focused on right now.
Yeah, tonight you had a really good pace tonight. You're running up in that top 3 all night long, almost running second in here and there, but then make that very big pit road mistake. So just how tough was it to really get on and off pit road tonight, especially since it was all green flag stops? So just how tough was it to get on pit road?
Yeah, that first pit stop, I tried to get a little more, and then the pit road kind of popped out of nowhere. It's really tight on the pit road at Iowa, and I didn't expect it, so I just took the long way and went another go at it, so I didn't ruin my race worse.
Yeah, still overall, you made the best of your mistake there and still picked up a very solid top 3 finish. But before we stand up on the way, any sponsors you'd like to thank for tonight's third place run?
Thank Race Labs, Cavalier Racing, parents. I want to thank you guys for the awesome broadcasts every week. Y'all do a great job. I want to thank all the admins. Finally, this week I did not get a penalty, which probably helped my podium. And I want to thank, Derek Riley, Dakota Bly, Cody Dorsey for hosting the league.
And once again, congrats on your third place run, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Las Vegas.
All right, thank you.
So that was our third place finisher of Cameron Craig. Had a very dominant performance tonight from our race winner of Kyle Klink. All 200 laps went green, a lap and a half win over for Kyle Klink. So very dominant performance. Picks up his first win of the season. It's definitely a fun race tonight. In 2 more weeks, we go to Las Vegas to kind of round out this final regular season with 3 more races left in the regular season.
Yeah, the season coming up shortly, ending here, so the playoffs coming up as well. So it's really just about seeding for the most part, I would say. And obviously, currently Cody Dorsey, the points leader, coming into tonight as well, with the playoff standings at least. So the more wins you can get, the more bonus points you can get as well. So those drivers who are kind of locked in already, just gotta keep building those bonus points and try to get those wins and try to have a good comfortable point standings going into the playoffs.
Yeah, and just trying to build that momentum going into the playoffs and regular season. But before we get there, our next race at Vegas is off week next week for July 4th, 4th of July next week. So we are off for that. But coming up next year on the Legends Racing Network, tomorrow night we'll have the Friday night we'll have the NER Cup Series at Le Mans for 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And on Sunday morning we'll have the new Bonfire Racing League at Echo Park Speedway or Atlanta at 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time. On Monday night, we'll have the 5 Points Racing League Turkey Network Solution Series on Richmond for Chase Race number 4 at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And on Tuesday we'll have the Legends Racing League Gen 4 series. They'll be going to Legacy Phoenix at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And on Wednesday night, we'll have the Superstar ARCA Cup at Charlotte for Chase Race number 1 at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll be off next Thursday for the Undisputed Cup Series. We'll be back the week after on July 10th at Las Vegas at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. But before we, it was definitely been a fun, exciting race. It was definitely an exciting race tonight with a dominant race tonight from Kyle Klink. But it was definitely an interesting race, a very long, strung out race, but all in all, Kyle Klink, dominant performance here from Iowa. I'm Aaron Brown, so long here from Iowa, joined alongside my co-commentator tonight of Talon Drake. We'll see you next time here from Iowa, and we'll see you next time here on the Legends Racing Network.